Hello everyone, Ron here from RJJ's Reactions, and I am here with a viewer request for Suga, a member of BTS, a rapper I believe, sometimes goes by August D, I have in my notes, and the song is First Love. This says live and it's got English subtitles, so that will be very helpful. Thank you very much for the request. If you would like your request much quicker than on the regular list, check in the description below. There is a way to bump up your request. It's very easy. Just use one of the donation methods. Let me know what you want me to react to, of course, and you will get your reaction very quickly. If you have a shout out name you want me to use, let me know that too. Otherwise, I try to extract it from the address, and that doesn't always work out all that well. Sometimes sending a link can help too, because if there's many videos by the same artist doing the same song, it's difficult for me to know which one you would like. Of course, if you think they're all great, then it won't make any difference anyway. Check in the description below for a link to my playlist for BTS. I've done a number of reactions to BTS and also some of the individual members, so you can check them all out there. Also check in the description for links to the artist channel so that you can go there and subscribe and like and comment and support the artist. Definitely want to do that, of course. Don't forget to subscribe here if you have already. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. And thank you to everyone who shared videos and liked videos as well and sending comments and information. I read everything you send and answer as many as I can. All right, let's have a listen to Suga, First Love.
내 기억의 구석 한켠에 자리 잡은 갈색 피아노 어릴 적 집안의 구석 한켠에 자리 잡은 갈색 피아노 그때 기억해 내 키보다 훨씬 더 컸던 갈색 피아노 그게 날 이끌 때 널 우러러보며 동경했었네 작은 손가락으로 널 어루만질 때 I feel so nice mom I feel so nice 그저 손 가던 대로 거닐던 건반 그때 너의 의미 몰랐었네 바라보기만 해도 좋았던 그때 기억해 초등학교 무렵 내 키가 너의 키보다 더 커졌던 그때 그토록 동경했던 널 등한시하며 배고 갔던 건반 그 위 먼지가 쌓여가며 방치됐던 네 모습 그때도 몰랐었지 너의 의미 내가 어디 있던 넌 항상 그 자리를 지켜.
Okay, so I'm going to back up. I probably won't stop again. So yeah, we got a bit of a nice slow rap here with the piano and reminiscing about the piano when he was very young and how it was taller than him, and then he started to grow and he got taller, and you know, the memories of touching it, looking up to it, you know, yeah, it's a very touching song so far. And when you look back, when you have memories of when you were very young, yes, it's surprising sometimes if you go back to see places or things when you were really little. There was this really high hill near where I used to live when I was in grade 1 and grade 2, and we went back there just to scope it out. Hadn't been back for ages and ages, and I saw the hill and I thought, wow, it really doesn't look all that tall anymore. So it's I don't think it had changed, but I had changed, you know, and some of the other things that I saw too were different because you're you know, and I always laugh too because sometimes you see, you know, or you hear people talk about, well, if you live in a place where you have winter like I do, you talk about this, how the snow banks used to be up over my head. Yes, well, when you're in grade 1 or 2 or 3, the snow banks might have been over your head, but they're not quite as tall as you would think of them now that you're 6 feet. I'm not 6 feet, but some people are. When you were 3 feet, right? So it's fun to reminisce, but we have to be careful that some of our memories are built upon what we were at the time and the size that we were at the time. But the emotional connection to the piano here is really lovely, and I like his voice too.
동경했었네 작은 손가락으로 널 어루만질 때 I feel so nice mom I feel so nice 그저 손 가던 대로 거닐던 건반 그때 너의 의미 몰랐었네 바라보기만 해도 좋았던 그때 기억해 초등학교 무렵 내 키가 너의 키보다 더 커졌던 그때 그토록 동경했던 널 등한시하며 배고 갔던 건방 그 위 먼지가 쌓여가며 방치됐던 네 모습 그때도 몰랐었지 너의 의미 내가 어디 있던 넌 항상 그 자리를 지켰으니 그런데 그게 마지막 이랬지 몰랐네 이대로 가지마 You say 내가 떠나도 걱정은 하지마 넌 스스로 잘 해낼 테니까 널 처음 만났던 그때가 생각나 어느새 훌쩍 커버렸네 네가 우리 관계 마침 별찍지만 절대 내게 미안해 하지마 어떤 형태로든 날 다시 만나게 될 거야 그때 반갑게 다시 맞아줘 그때 기억해 까맣게 잊고 있었던 널 다시 마주했던데 14살 무렵 어색도 잠시 다시는 어루만졌지 긴 시간 떠나 있어도 절대 거부감 없이 날 받아줬던 너 Without you I'm nothing 새벽을 지나서 둘이서 함께 맞는 아침 영원히 너는 나에게 손을 놓지 마 나도 다시 널 놓지 않을 테니까 그때 기억해 나의 10대의 마지막 함께 볼트벗던 너 그래 한치 앞도 빼지 않던 그때 울고 웃고 너와 함께여서 그 순간조차 이제는 추억 박살난 어깨 붙잡고 말했지 나 더 이상은 진짜 못하겠다고 포기하고 싶던 그때마다 곁에 섰는 말했지 이 새끼야 너는 진짜 할 수 있다고 그래 그때 기억해 지치고 방황했었던 절망의 깊은 수렁에 빠졌던 그때 내가 널 밀어내고 널 만난 그 원망에 너 꿋꿋이 내 곁을 지켰지 말 안 해도 그러니 절대 너는 내 손을 놓지 마 두 번 다시 내가 널 놓지 않을 테니까 나의 탄생 그리고 내 삶의 그 모든 걸 지켜본 너일 테니까 에이. 내 기억의 구석 한켠에 자리 잡은 갈색 피아노
Nice.
어릴 적 집안의 구석 한켠에
Very emotional memories. Love the strings. Gorgeous. Nice. Beautiful. Army loves you, Yoon-gi. Back up a bit so we can see, hopefully, the front of him, maybe. Okay, that'll do. Suga, very, very well done, very emotional. He, not only in the lyrics, but in his facial expression and body movements, etc. And sort of personifying the piano as if it were a person, as if it were a real living creature, and the emotional attachment. And we can become very emotionally attached to inanimate objects sometimes, particularly places where you lived. I know a lot of people have difficulty leaving a home, particularly their childhood home, but sometimes other places too that you just get really used to. And I felt that tug too. I don't go, I don't get too emotional, but I feel that tug when I'm leaving a place. And sometimes I don't even have to be there too long. You go on a vacation, you really love the cottage you're in or the room you're in, and you get used to it, and then you have to leave, and you'll probably never be back to that particular spot anyway. There's a little tug there. Or if you've lived in a place for a long time and you're about to move and you empty everything out and you kind of go back to make sure everything's gone, and you feel that emotional tug. And in some sense, it doesn't make a lot of sense because they're just walls and space, and or in this case a piano, but it's the memories that are connected to it, right? It's the childhood, it's what he experienced and the emotions, the music. He kind of left it behind for a while. The dust gathered on the keyboard during some of his teen years, and then he came back to it again. And there's all of that. That's really what we're being emotional about. The piano is kind of a representation of that, and in this case, a very specific one because, of course, he got back into music and rapping and the piano. And uh, yeah, really well done. I loved it. I thought it was excellent. Thank you very much for this request. Well worth putting up on the channel and adding to the BTS playlist. Um, is there something else? No, I don't think so. Well, oh, yes, there was something else. I put it in my notes. The viewer said he wrote this on, he says he wrote it on his childhood piano. Um, Okay, maybe, but he wrote it later, reminiscing. So, yeah, really well done. If you liked it, give it a like, give it a thumbs up. Also, you can let me know in the comments what you think of this song, what you think of Suga, what you think of BTS, or anyone else for that matter. Of course, check in the description for a link to the artist channel so you can go there and support them. I'm sure you already have, but you never know. Could be somebody new. Also, let me know what you want to react to. I put it on the regular list, but at the moment, it's many months for me to get to. If you want it much, much quicker, generally within a few days, at least at the time of this recording, check in the description. There's a way to bump up your request and get it much, much quicker indeed. Other than that, if you don't mind subscribing here, I really do appreciate it. Thank you to everyone who has. Keep listening, keep having fun. It is Ron from RJJ's Reactions. Bye-bye for now.